Reds fans, Young Boys 3, Liverpool 5. Who said Liverpool can't score goals? Who said Liverpool aren't taking the Europa League seriously? Well, no one's saying those things tonight. And we won 5-3 tonight, away from home in Europe. It's not very often that you can say that. We went firing on all cylinders, to be absolutely honest with you. We started the game with a bunch of youngsters and second stringers, and yet we still managed to win by a convincing margin. Admittedly, a lot of that was to do with Shelvey in the second half, but I'll come to that. So we started off with Wisdom at right back, and he had a good game today. He scored a goal as well. We had Asidi on the right. It was good to see him for the first time. He had a decent game. I was quite impressed with him at times. Pacheco and Suso more or less down the centre, and Pacheco a little disappointing, not really in the game so much. Suso, flashes from him, not such a bad game really. First time I've really seen him properly, and I was quite impressed at times. So so we had the youngsters, and we also had some what I would term second stringers, such as Downing. He was on the left, and we also had Sahin, I think that's how you pronounce it, in the middle, alongside Henderson, trying to control that midfield, and not doing a bad job, not altogether convincing. Henderson far more convincing than Sahin. And I think that's because Sahin is more of a playmaker, he's more of a forward-looking player. And he was tasked with doing what was more or less a defensive-minded job. Henderson best suited for doing that kind of thing, much more energetic, much more aware of what was going on around him, and also very, very good, going forward, seeking out the passes, particularly linking up with Shelvey again in the second half, but I'll come to that. In goal we had Brad Jones. He didn't have a bad game, but didn't have a good game either particularly. And we had Quartez and Carragher in the centre of defence. Quartez, still not the finished article for me. He got forward quite well. His positional sense is a bit off at times. He's got a lot to learn still, but I do think he's someone who he will basically become a really good defender for us one day, because he's still young. Wisdom on the right had a much better game for me. Played really well. He looked tidy in defence. He was getting forward. He scored a goal with a header. And Enrique on the left. He had a pretty poor game, did Enrique, and it's not for the first time this season. He's off form this season. He's been injured obviously, so he's coming back from injury, which didn't help. He needed the run out, but I've seen him play much better. He's one of my favourite players, Jose Enrique, but tonight not so good. So we had Downing down the left wing, and as I've said previously, he's someone who needs to really prove himself now, because he had a bad season last season. Sterling has overtaken him in the first 11 this season. He went some way to repairing his damaged reputation tonight, but he wasn't brilliant by any means. But there was certainly flashes from him. Then we had Asidi on the right. As I said before, good to see him for the first time. Quite impressed at times. I'd like to see a lot more of him. Hopefully he'll get one or two games, one or two starts this season, or a bit more than that hopefully. He played okay for me. I've mentioned Sahin and Henderson in the middle. Didn't really stop Young Boys from getting through to our defence particularly. We're so missing Lucas. It's so obvious. We really need Lucas back, because we haven't got a direct replacement for him. Pacheco, he was out of the game. He was substituted in the second half by Berini. Berini went forward, then Suso went onto the right, and Shelvey came into the attacking portion of the midfield triangle, and had a really good game. Suso, yeah, nice touches from Suso. Quite impressed with him. Like to see some more of him. I'm sure he'll get one or two starts this season. We don't have many attacking options, and Suso is obviously one of those options. So yeah, not too bad. He's done himself some favours tonight, I think. But come the second half and then the substitutions, because we took the lead twice, and then we lost the lead. It was 3-2 to the young boys. Good header. I thought maybe Brad Jones could have scrambled across, but anyway. That was when Rodgers decided to make the substitutions and bring on some of the first teamers from the bench. So Barini came on, as I mentioned. Sterling came on for Downing, and again played really well. And Shelvey came on for Asaidi, and as I say, went into the centre, went in behind the striker Barini. Had a fantastic game. Really impressed for me. He's becoming a real top player. And when he linked up with Henderson, it was good. It was really good. The movement was good. Shelvey found space time and again. He threatened the defence, and the goal that he scored, or the first goal he scored, was absolutely wonderful. Terrific goal. So yeah, I was impressed with Shelvey a lot. Despite the fact that he came on in the second half, he was my man of the match. He really had a good game. Henderson as well, really good game. He's done himself a lot of favours, but obviously he's someone I would call a first teamer anyway. Yeah, he showed it tonight. Henderson showed a lot of graft, a lot of determination. Almost played the captain's role in midfield tonight. So yeah, I was very impressed with him. So there you go. That's 5-3 to Liverpool. Good results. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the youngsters. Who was your man of the match in terms of the youngsters? Who was your man of the match overall? What did you think of the likes of Enrique and Quartez, Suso, etc. Leave the comments below. We'll have a little debate about it. It was a good performance overall, but obviously we let 3 goals in despite scoring 5. Now that's not so good. Defensively, we looked shaky. We're a bit of a shambles at times. Chaos was creeping in sometimes. That is our one area, or our main area of concern, I feel. Everyone's obviously going on about our lack of offensive options up front, but defensively, I think we're lacking somewhere. It's not quite working out. We need to be far more organised. So let me know what you think about that, and until next time, and that will be obviously the Man United game at the weekend. Bye bye for now.